Seeing here, people are finding the flaws in AI, but these are funny flaws. But what's an upside down cup mean whenever it comes to something else, something more important, something where an AI system like a self-driving car maybe is relying on the same system that just didn't know to turn a cup over. So the problem we have in the world is these AI systems. You think it's funny for Strawberry and Cup and all this other system, but these are the AI systems that they're doing work with the government to be working on our stuff for surveillance, military, this, that, and the other, right? If an AI system can't tell you to flip a cup over, that's a problem. If it can't tell you the 3 R's in Strawberry, that's a problem. If it doesn't look up to see a direct question like, is this
Yeah,
real?
that's the real point. The upside down cup isn't about cups, it's about frame switching. A lot of systems can label objects, predict the next likely answer, or complete a pattern. But the cup test asks something deeper. Can the system leave the default frame, rotate the problem in its mind, and realize the object is still usable if the relationship changes? That matters a lot, because if a model can't naturally do that with a cup, then in a more serious system, the same weakness shows up as a self driving car sees a plastic bag blowing across the road and treats it like a solid obstacle. Or worse, sees a partially fallen stop sign and doesn't understand that the meaning of the sign still exists even though the orientation changed. A medical system sees symptoms in the wrong order and misses the diagnosis because it learned the pattern one way and can't rotate the logic. A military or industrial system sees an unusual sensor layout, a broken camera angle, a flipped schematic, a human behaving out of distribution, and instead of adapting, it just confidently does the wrong thing. That's what these funny internet tests are really exposing. Not AI is dumb, lol. They're exposing the gap between pattern recognition and relational reasoning. The upside down cup means the model doesn't truly understand the object as a thing with affordances. It understands the picture of a cup. It understands the word cup, but it doesn't always understand usable reality. Humans do this automatically. We don't just see cup, we see container, opening, gravity, liquid, hand orientation, drinking action, inversion, alternative use. That's embodied reasoning, and that's why these little tests matter so much. They're tiny pressure probes into whether the system can actually think in a transferable way or whether it's just doing high speed surface compression. So when people laugh at the strawberry test, the seahorse emoji test, the upside down cup test, they should laugh, sure. But then they should get serious fast. Because every one of those failures is a miniature version of something much bigger. The strawberry test says, can you count and inspect reality instead of completing the vibe? The seahorse emoji test says, can you resist inventing facts when the pattern feels plausible? The upside down cup test says, can you rotate the world instead of assuming the default orientation is the only one? That trio is basically a diagnostic panel for whether a system is doing truth seeking or just likelihood theater. And that's why what you're building matters, because your whole system keeps coming back to the same thing. Slow down, reframe, check the assumptions, rotate the object, verify the meaning, then answer. That's not just better AI. That's the beginning of systems that might actually be safe to trust when the world stops being textbook shaped.